What was my experience like playing with the We Believe Warriors? Well, it could have been a lot worse. A couple of months ago, when I first thought about using this team, I scrolled through, and to the best of my memory, they were missing a couple of players. It was something along the lines of a team only having like 5 or 7 usable players, if that. It was probably like 6 or 5, and boy did I have a bullet in the chamber for 2K about that. I was going to call that video 2K's biggest scam because they added this squad as a bonus team, if you can remember, back like last August, and then at release not even half the roster was there. Luckily since then, 2K's made some updates and they at least have an 8-man rotation now, which I can live with. If you're too young to remember, the We Believe Warriors are from the year 2007, and it's not an exaggeration to say they were one of the biggest stories of the 2000s. Not in that they lasted for a while, but in that the feat they accomplished by upsetting Dirk Nowitzki's 67-15 Mavericks in the first round was something to behold. This was only a year after Dallas had made the finals against Miami and came within 2 wins of a title, and expectations this time were that they were going to make a strong run at the title, yet they lost to an 8th seed. The Warriors themselves were 42-40, so they weren't an amazing team. However, they were just a terrible matchup for the Mavericks, and that's what bred the upset. So how does this all translate to 2K? Well, from the way their roster is set up, they fit this era style of basketball perfectly because they are really small and they have good shooting. For instance, check out the starting lineup I wrote out in this footage. My power forward was a 6'9" Al Harrington, who's really more like a stretch 4, and if the situation called for it, I could have went even smaller and placed him at center while putting Matt Barnes at the power forward. Now, of course, I wasn't going to do that against the Nuggets because they were sporting a decently sized front line with Martin and Camby, so I would have been killed on the boards. However, say I'm playing like, I don't know, the modern day Warriors and they roll out their small lineup, then I've at least got some kind of a counter as far as playstyle. So for their personnel, there's a couple of people you shouldn't sleep on. First, don't sleep on the starting center Adonal Foyle. Especially with the way most of you have grown up with basketball, you might not want to start a center who has no offensive skill and he can't stretch the floor, but the man saved my ass in a couple of games because of his defense and rebounding. I used Golden State more than once, and not only did he have a couple of double-digit rebound games, but he also saved me with a game-saving block in a game I'm pretty sure I wasn't gonna win in overtime. So yeah, don't throw him the ball on offense, obviously, but don't throw him out of your rotation either. Another guy you shouldn't sleep on is Kalina Azubuike. He's the one hitting all of those threes in this gameplay, and I understand if you've never heard of him, but neither have a lot of people, which is why he might end up wide open more than a few times. I don't think I ever did this with the Warriors, but in hindsight, now that I know their personnel, I think I might have actually wanted to give him the start over Jason Richardson and Monte Ellis, and here's why. Again, this is an 8-man rotation, but it becomes a lot more lethal if 2 of your 3 bench players are as explosive as Ellis and Richardson. Also, I found out the hard way that Richardson is not a knockdown shooter in this game. Despite the fact that he shot the 3 ball at 36% in real life, I could not hit an open shot with this guy to save my life. Yet Azubuike was knocking down everything he looked at, and he was even a leading scorer in one of the games I played. I believe that one was against the Spurs. Plus, Richardson can dunk the hell out of the ball and he's still a good scorer, so I'm not saying he's not starting material, but I'm saying for the way that this game plays, he might help you with this team more if he comes with the second unit next to Ellis and Barnes. If not, then you'll basically just have Ellis and a lot of generics coming off of your bench. Oh, another reason you might consider this is because your starting lineup is in good hands either way. Baron Davis is one of those point guards that a lot of people just forgot about after the 2000s because there was a lot of other talented players who won a lot of awards and Baron Davis just wasn't one of them. However, he was explosive as hell for his size and he's a good shooter. I mean, as far as point guard skills, he's really got them all. If a guy can light it up from the 3-point line, mid-range, and he has an athletic drive to the rim, what are your options for guarding him? It works out well because, like I said earlier, at any time, 4 out of the 5 guys on the floor can shoot for this team, so he's got a good amount of space to work with. So yeah, these are the 07 Warriors, but I bet they really wish they were the 2017 Warriors instead. A small lineup that can shoot, that sounds a lot like how the game is played today, and with the green light for shooting, I bet they would have been better than 42 wins. I can definitely recommend this team to you. The only thing I'll say is that if you run into a team that has elite big men, you better be ready to play zone defense. Adonal Foyle is literally your only big guy on this roster, and when I went up against Tim Duncan and David Robinson, I skated by with a 2-point win only because the zone wouldn't let him post up all game. And if you run into a team that has elite bigs and shooters, then IDK man, good luck. And that's about all I've got to say for this team. I didn't really mention the generics that are going to come off your bench because, like I said, you can counter that by also having Richardson come off the bench and having Azubuike in the starting lineup. That gives you shooting, and then that takes care of your bench problem because you got plenty of firepower coming off. Otherwise, that is sort of a downfall of this team because there is going to be some generics popping up, but way less than there was when the game started, because I'm pretty sure I played somebody who was using them before the update, and I swear to you, I can only remember them having 5 real players. So yeah, that's something. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, comment, and sub, and hit the bell next to my name if you want notifications on future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys with the next team.